plans and efforts to make his music look like it's performing better than it really is. It's really just the funniest thing.
What if Drake's entire career was built on the very lies he's now accusing others of?
Just like, I don't know, it just wasn't real to me. It's like...
He claimed Kendrick's numbers were a lie. He claimed industry plans. Now the tables have turned. Drake has been caught, and the evidence points to him. Imagine spending months claiming someone else's success is a lie, only to have the truth flip on you. That's exactly what's unfolding with Drake. While he's been hammering on about Kendrick Lamar's fake numbers, the real story is far more twisted. Drake, desperate to push his track Nokia into the spotlight, has found himself in a whirlwind of accusations and revelations. But that wasn't the whole story. The battle lines were drawn in the digital dirt, a clash of titans playing out in real time. Drake, a veteran of the game, found himself facing a resurgence from Kendrick Lamar, a force of nature with tracks that seemed to resonate on a primal level. Not Like Us and other anthems from Kendrick were dominating the charts, a stark contrast to Drake's recent releases. Enter Nokia, Drake's supposed comeback track, a desperate attempt to reclaim his throne. The push was relentless, a full-court press of promotion and hype. Drake and his OVO crew were determined to convince the world that Nokia was the organic hit everyone needed, a genuine smash in a sea of manufactured trends. But whispers began to circulate, doubts crept in, and the question lingered. Was Nokia's rise as authentic as Drake claimed? The pressure was on, the stakes were high, and the truth was about to surface. Then, the digital landscape shifted. Spotify, the very platform that fueled the music industry's engine, decided to clean house. They initiated a massive audit, a deep dive into the murky depths of streaming numbers. The goal? To expose and eliminate manipulated streams, the artificial boosts that skewed the charts and misled listeners. Artists across the board felt the impact. Some, like Cardi B, saw hundreds of millions of streams vanish, a stark reminder of the industry's hidden manipulations. The message was clear, authenticity mattered. But as the dust settled, one glaring anomaly emerged. While others saw their numbers decimated, Kendrick Lamar's remained untouched. Not a single stream was flagged. Not a single play deemed illegitimate. This wasn't just a coincidence. It was a seismic shift, a direct challenge to Drake's narrative. The very platform he relied on had just validated his rival's success, exposing the fragility of his own claims. The implications were undeniable. With Kendrick's streaming numbers validated by Spotify's rigorous audit, Drake's carefully constructed narrative began to unravel. His claims of industry manipulation, of a rigged system designed to elevate Kendrick, were now exposed as hollow accusations. The very foundation of his argument crumbled. The narrative of fake plays and boosted playlists, the desperate cries of his fanbase, all faded into the background. The truth was stark and undeniable. Kendrick's success was authentic, a testament to the power of his music and its resonance with listeners. The numbers didn't lie, and neither did the cultural impact. Kendrick's songs were more than just chart toppers. They were cultural moments, sparking conversations and shaping the landscape of hip-hop. However, a closer look at Nokia's sudden surge revealed a different kind of manipulation, one that raised even more questions. While Kendrick's numbers stood firm, untouched by scrutiny, the spotlight turned to Nokia's meteoric rise. Whispers began to circulate, accusations of orchestrated hype and artificial boosts. The song's sudden surge in popularity seemed less organic, more like a carefully crafted campaign. Allegations surfaced of a coordinated effort, a network of influencers and content creators enlisted to push Nokia into the mainstream. Dance trends, social media challenges, strategic placements in viral videos. The song was everywhere. But was it genuine enthusiasm or a calculated move? The line blurred between organic growth and manufactured hype. From Kaisnat to the Paul brothers, prominent figures in the online world were suddenly championing Nokia, their support feeling less like genuine appreciation and more like a pre-planned endorsement. The question lingered. Had Drake crossed a line, resorting to tactics he so vehemently accused Kendrick of using? The narrative was shifting once again, painting a picture of desperation and calculated manipulation. And what unfolded next would expose the intricate web of influence. The spotlight intensified on Kaisnet, a prominent figure whose sudden shift in allegiance became a focal point. His initial reactions to Kendrick's releases were telling, a stark contrast to his now fervent promotion of Nokia. The transformation was undeniable, a complete 180 that raised eyebrows and fueled speculation. Was it a genuine change of heart, or something more calculated? The evidence pointed towards the latter. Behind-the-scenes deals, strategic partnerships. The whispers grew louder. It wasn't just Kaisnet. Other influencers echoed the sentiment, their support for Nokia, feeling less like organic appreciation and more like a carefully orchestrated campaign. Drake's history of manipulating perceptions resurfaced, reminding everyone of his ability to play the system. Polls and early reactions during his beef with Kendrick were allegedly skewed, a desperate attempt to control the narrative before the public had a chance to form its own opinion. This pattern of manipulation, of influencing public perception through strategic moves, was now being applied to Nokia. The lines between genuine support and paid promotion blurred, revealing the intricate web of influence that Drake had woven, and the revelations to follow would only deepen the mystery. Drake's reputation, built on a foundation of calculated moves and narrative control, was now under intense scrutiny. The whispers surrounding Nokia amplified existing concerns about his methods. Remember the alleged skewing of early polls during the Kendrick feud? Or the strategic influencer collaborations that often seemed more like endorsements than genuine support? These past actions painted a clear picture. Drake understood the power of perception and wasn't afraid to manipulate it. This time, however, the playbook seemed to be backfiring. The accusations of artificial hype surrounding Nokia mirrored the very tactics he'd accused Kendrick of employing, creating a glaring double standard. The public's response was swift and decisive. Once a figure of untouchable cool, Drake now appeared vulnerable, his carefully crafted persona showing cracks. The narrative of authenticity, the very lifeblood of contemporary music, was slipping through his fingers. The cultural conversation shifted, and the spotlight illuminated not a triumphant return, but a desperate scramble to regain relevance. And the final chapter of this unfolding drama would solidify the shift in power. While Drake's attempts to push Nokia felt increasingly forced, Kendrick's impact resonated far beyond the charts. His music became a cultural touchstone, a reflection of the times. References to his beef with Drake and the success of Not Like Us appeared in mainstream cultural moments, from O'Farrell's nod on SNL's 50th anniversary to Conan O'Brien's joke during the Oscars. This was more than just music, it was a cultural phenomenon. Kendrick's success transcended the confines of hip-hop, permeating the broader cultural consciousness. In stark contrast, Drake's perceived desperation grew. His attempts to discredit Kendrick, coupled with the allegations surrounding Nokia, painted a picture of an artist struggling to maintain relevance in a rapidly evolving landscape. The narrative of authenticity, once a cornerstone of his brand, was now replaced by whispers of manipulation and manufactured hype. The cultural conversation had moved on, and Drake seemed to be clinging to a past that no longer existed. The gap between Kendrick's cultural relevance and Drake's perceived desperation widened, leaving no room for ambiguity. And the conclusion would solidify the changing of the guard. Ultimately, Drake's campaign to undermine Kendrick revealed more about his own desperation than any industry conspiracy. The spotlight exposed a stark contrast: Kendrick's authentic cultural resonance versus Drake's perceived manipulation. The message is clear. Hip-hop values genuine impact over manufactured hype. Drake now faces a critical choice: adapt or fade. The crown has shifted, and authenticity reigns. What do you think? Has Drake's strategy backfired? Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe, and check out the related video.